You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
And oh boy, not just fired. Like them beautiful patriots say around the world. Y'all know what we say. Hands behind your back. Not just fired. You got to put your hands behind your back. Actually, on the floor. Get on the floor. Matter of fact, get up, walk backwards. walk backwards. Hands behind your back. And it's a bunch of them. We can go down the list. They all need to be held accountable. Hands behind your back. And we're going to walk you out. And let's turn that jam on. Let's turn it on. Let's turn it on. DJ, can you put, can my Pete, where's my editing team? Can y'all please play it? Oh, we don't have an editing team? Okay, let me find it. Where's it at?
Don't you come back no more. Hit the road, Jake. Don't you come back no more.
What you say?
Let's go. Hey, don't kill, man. You know, they just fucking off on that shit. Bitch, I was already hot before the summer came. As soon as I get done with...
And you have to get the killers, the murderers, and the mentally deranged. You have to get them out. And we should throw Jack Smith out with them, the mentally deranged people. Jack Smith should be considered mentally deranged, and he should be thrown out of the country.
The Washington Post reports that President-elect Trump plans to fire the entire team that worked under special counsel Jack Smith at the Justice Department. Those DOJ employees worked on 2 federal prosecutions against the incoming president. The report adds that Trump is planning to assemble teams within the department to investigate alleged fraud in the 2020 election. Let's work on unpacking some of this as we move forward. More on the President-elect Trump's plans for the Justice Department in particular. We are joined by former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky. Thank you so much for giving us a little time on this Saturday afternoon, Andrew. We greatly appreciate it. Kicking things off with just the first start, the idea that an entire team might be fired. Now, it's not unusual for an incoming president, incoming administration to bring in new people, new teams, particularly when legal concerns are made, AGs all across the nation. Your thoughts on this particular headline?
Well, when you look at the people who worked under Jack Smith, you have to think about the credibility of the actions that they brought. First, we have an election that just strongly communicated that the American public vehemently disagrees with what Jack Smith had done over the last 4 years. But then you have to look at the fact that these attorneys working under Jack Smith were pushing a novel legal issue that failed at almost every turn, to include as it went up to the Supreme Court. So if those are the attorneys that were working there, does Donald Trump really want those attorneys to continue in the DOJ? And so I think it's absolutely appropriate to be thinking about and talking about the idea that those folks may be well suited to leave the DOJ. We're not talking criminal prosecutions of those folks, but I think the idea of seeing them out the door is probably wise.
And now shifting gears just a little bit to the AG pick, Pam Bondi. This is a big pick, a Trump loyalist, someone that he has a lot of confidence in, as one would expect. But there's also some criticism coming down. Here's Ellie Honig. She is the former assistant U.S. attorney out of the Southern District of New York, talking about Bondi's pick.
There's nothing wrong or unusual with an attorney general who shares the same politics and ideology as the president. That's the way these things work. But I think the big problem with Pam Bondi is she was a vocal 2020 election denier. And I think that raises legitimate questions about her independence and her credibility. And I expect that to be a sticking point when she goes in front of the Senate.
So he's hitting on something that is also covered in that Washington Post article about President Trump looking back at the 2020 election and seeking answers. Your thought on the president picking Bondi, and what also his focus potentially on looking back at that 2020 election?
Well, Pam Bondi gives President Trump really everything that he was hoping to get from Matt Gaetz, plus much more. Her credibility as a very effective
upgrade. I know we all love Matt, you know, and it's so corrupt. Let's hope there isn't a sexual assault case on her, or they find something on her, you know. Just being real, y'all. You know, let's just hope and pray she isn't allegedly done this and that and that and this and that, you know. Because right now they're trying to find something. They're trying to dig up something. Let's hope she doesn't get accused of something. It's a disgrace, man. These people are I tell you, man.
AG in the state of Florida, which has particularly MAGA type politics, and she's proven herself effective. Matt Gaetz had not run a similar office, so I think that she really is a stronger pick to be able to perpetuate the policies and the ideas that Donald Trump has for the DOJ. As for the criticism of her, I mean, if you want to go back and continue to
Andrew, I'm so sorry. We are running out of time. I have to wrap this a little bit quicker than I expected, but Andrew Tarafsky, thank you so much for coming on. I really.
Thank you, guys. That's a clip one, but we play clip. No, so Pam Bondi, what she said in the run-up to the election is that you had to go after the prosecutors that came after him. You had to go, and this is McCabe, this is Comey, this is Weissman, this is all the guys over at MSNBC, this is Jack Smith, this is Lisa Monaco, this is Merrick Garland. Yes, she said it, and in confirmation they ought to ask about it. This is not a witch hunt. This is not revenge. This is not retribution. It has nothing to do with that. You must wring this out of the system. This can never be allowed to happen again. They went after President Trump, and they wanted to imprison him for 20 years. If we had lost on Tuesday the 5th, the next day, Jack Smith, the wise guy, was going to drop a superseding indictment. That's that 168-page report of nothing but a tissue of lies.
And a bunch of crap. Ought to be ashamed of himself. A disgrace. Hope y'all are listening, man.
So, Jack Smith, you've already resigned. You're quitting. I know you're going to try to run back to The Hague, but, bro, you better run to a place they don't have an extradition treaty, because you are not just going to be investigated. Ultimately, you're going to be indicted, and you're going to be tried. Okay? You guys, all you guys put so many people in bankruptcy.
And they all need, I'm telling you, it's a bunch of them, man. They need to put their hands behind their back. And you know what? I say state trooper style. On the floor. Matter of fact, get back up. Walk backwards. Come on. Chop, chop. Walk backwards. Walk backwards. Matter of fact, put your hands up. Put your hands up. State trooper style, y'all. What y'all think? State trooper style? State trooper style. Yay.
What is good for the goose is even better for the gander. And you're going to find out.
Oh, boy.
And they're putting the team over justice today, not for retribution. They're putting the team over justice to make sure we set things right, and this is never allowed to happen again. What happened to President Trump and the people around President Trump in the future. We're going to wring it out of the system. As sure as the turning of the earth. Okay.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you, I ain't never seen nothing like it. It was kangaroos jumping all down the freeway. Jumping all down the freeway. It was banana peels. People were losing traction, spinning off the road. It was banana peels everywhere. You know, so I didn't know what this was. It wasn't America, though. This isn't America. I ain't never seen nothing like it.
President-elect Trump is planning to fire Special Prosecutor Jack Smith's entire team that pursued 2 prosecutions against him. The Washington Post is reporting that Trump's list includes career attorneys typically spared during presidential transitions. That's according to 2 individuals close to the transition team. Meanwhile, Trump's new pick, Pam Bondi, said this regarding firing career prosecutors at DOJ during an August 2023 appearance on Fox News.
The Department of Justice, the prosecutors will be prosecuted, the bad ones. The investigators will be investigated, because the deep state, last term for President Trump, they were hiding in the shadows, but now they have a spotlight on them.
I love her. Oh, checkmate. Oh, we got to upgrade. Oh. He knew Matt Gaetz wasn't going to slide through. He knew them rhinos. He knew what was taking. It was, I'm telling you, it was bait and switch. Bait and switch. Yeah. We know what was going on. Oh, we didn't checkmate it. Oh, we got the upgrade. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, they got to put their hands behind their back. Woo! America's coming back, baby. We're back. We are so back. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next 4 years, going to be amazing. I can't wait to cover the next 4 years. Removed off air. Meltdowns. Out of business. Arrested. Jail time. Investigated. Yeah. Record high numbers. A change is coming. Oh, man. Common sense is coming back, baby. Common sense is going to be great again. I can feel it. Oh, man. Legacy media in trouble. And look, MSNBC, one of them ones that might not even, oh boy, it might be bought out. Please, Elon Musk, please do it, Elon. Please do it. We beg you, please. Please sign it. Just sign the paperwork. Let's get it done. And let's get some real people up on there. Cause we sick of all the fraud, the frauds, corruptors, the race baiters, the race hustlers. You know, we sick of the incompetent people they got up there. Yeah, let's turn it around. Let's turn it around. Because legacy media, the mainstream media is in trouble, y'all. They in trouble.
Joining us now, senior NBC News national politics reporter, Jonathan Allen. Good to see you again, John. So let's talk about this moves here, expected moves from Trump about DOJ, firing a Smith's team, and then this idea of even going after some of those in the department, firing them. There's been some chatter even trying to bring up some on charges. What's the impact there in Washington?
I think the big impact is that it has a huge chilling effect on the Department of Justice and its willingness to investigate certainly President Trump, but more importantly, to investigate anybody who might be affiliated with him. Obviously, as president, he has the ability to fire any political appointees who have not already resigned. Certainly, there's also a potential chilling effect where you have civil servants who decide that rather than being fired, they want to resign. So there are those chilling effects. But basically, this, feels like a big threat from Trump to the Justice Department. Whether or not he is able to affect all of the changes he might want to affect remains to be seen.
So, John, obviously Matt Gaetz withdrew his nomination last week when it was very clear that he was not going to get the votes needed, that even up to a dozen Republican senators might have come out against him. Pam Bondi, the new pick, what's the early take there, the whip count, if you will, as to whether she'll be able to get through?
I mean, she's largely an establishment Republican for her career. She just came out of a lobbying firm in Florida that's the same one that employed Susie Wiles, the chief of staff, incoming White House chief of staff, who has also, long been seen as sort of an establishment Republican, worked in the Reagan administration, worked for mayors of Jacksonville, Florida. So, Bondi is somebody who had these establishment credentials in Florida and in Republican politics, and over the last several years has tilted toward MAGA, toward Trump, tried to prove her loyalty. And as a result, somebody, I guess, will have to see how she conducts herself at the Justice Department, but I'd be shocked if she stands up to Trump.